The Adeptus Astartes, also known as the Space Marines, humanity's greatest weapon against all who threaten it. Wrath, fury, and death made manifest, forged from the clay of flesh and bone and transformed to a true force of nature on the fields of war. Some have called the Astartes super soldiers. While true, it would be a grave error to see them in such a simplistic view, seen throughout the Imperium of Man as the angels of the Emperor, as mighty heroes of legend and song. Today, we shed some light on the life of an Astartes and the full weight of the decision facing an aspirant who seeks to join their ranks. The Astartes themselves are divided into many self-sufficient and in many ways independent organizations called chapters. Some chapters have long and honoured histories stretching back to the days of the unification wars on Holy Terror and the Great Crusade. Others have been birthed in more recent years. Typically, not exceeding more than 1,000 Astartes per chapter, each chapter has its own traditions, doctrines, sacred rites, rank structure, and preferred methods of waging war. These variations between the chapters also extends to their recruiting rites and training methods. Most chapters will seek recruits typically between the ages of 7 and 12 years of age. Often recruits are taken from worlds with a harsh existence, whether due to conflict, violence, or harsh environmental conditions, and in some situations, recruits must pass a contest at arms. Once a recruit is chosen, they will be taken by the parent chapter to begin the modification process. This begins the start of 19 surgical modifications upon the aspirant, often done without any anesthetic of any kind. Not all the surgeries are done all at once, however. Most often they will be broken down into 4 or 5 separate surgical sessions, allowing for modifications to take root and properly integrate with the host's bodily functions. Whilst aspirants are undergoing the surgical process, they are assigned to the 10th company of the chapter. Serving as scouts, they will learn from the master of recruits, often a veteran Astartes, who will teach the new recruits of the chapter's battlefield doctrines as well as the tenets of the Codex Astartes, the comprehensive set of battlefield doctrines and tactics written by the great Primarch Robert Guilliman, and implemented after the Horus Heresy. Serving in the Scout Company will allow the recruit to acquire a degree of battlefield experience whilst being able to witness firsthand full Astartes implementing the very doctrines they are being trained on. Should a trainee survive all the surgeries and all the battlefield encounters, they will be elevated to the rank of Battle Brother, and will be given their full suit of power armour, becoming a full Adeptus Astartes. And once all the surgeries have been completed, the Adeptus Astartes will stand on average of 7 foot tall, weighing between 500 to 600 pounds, and will possess superhuman abilities and key biological modifications such as rapid healing, increased muscle mass, increased bone density, 3 lungs, 2 hearts, increased oxygen composition within their blood, their ribs fusing into a single plate of bone to increase protection of the vital organs, and several other abilities that transcend anything a normal human could ever hope to achieve. Upon first glance, this would seem to be a tremendous and glorious achievement, but within this process lies the first of several harsh demands one must be ready to pay to become a full Astartes. Not only does the child have to endure a colossal amount of pain and hardship, but the successful completion of the transformation will extend the individual's life to that far beyond any man. None knows for certain the true lifespan of a space marine, but the oldest living Astartes that is not encased within the sacred hull of a dreadnought would be Lord Dante of the Blood Angels. He borders on 2,000 years old, meaning that all Astartes will likely serve centuries within their chapter, knowing only war, violence, and hardship. Since recruits are often taken at such a young age, it is not unheard of for Astartes to completely forget the feeling of being a human or their childhood. At a certain point, all they have known and all they will ever know is their chapter and their brothers who trained them, cared for them, and fought beside them. This, without a doubt, develops a fierce sense of loyalty and duty to one another and the chapter, as well as a deep respect for the senior leadership and honoured veterans of that chapter. It is not uncommon for a battle brother to have spent well over 200 years of service before achieving veteran status within his chapter. Once elevated to this veteran status, the individual Astartes will be assigned to the chapter's first company, and most chapters designate their first company as the veteran chapter, and the only warriors within this chapter that are permitted to bear Terminator armour, as it is widely known. Should one prove themselves, one might also be inducted to the chapter's leadership, serving as sergeants, lieutenants, chaplains, captains, and perhaps chapter master. And should an Astartes demonstrate psychic potential, they will be assigned to the chapter's librarius, keeping watch over the chapter's history and serving as battlefield psychers. Should a veteran Astartes be gravely injured, almost to the point of death or horribly mutated, a chapter might choose to take what is left of the individual and encase him into the dreadnought. The dreadnought itself is a robotic construct built around a central casket or sarcophagus. The dreadnought sarcophagus doubles as external life support systems and combat interface with the rest of the dreadnought. Once encased in a dreadnought, there the Astartes will remain until he is killed or until the entire dreadnought is destroyed. And the oldest functioning dreadnought is Bjorn the Fell-Handed of the Space Wolves, being in active service for over 10,000 years. Whilst the Adeptus Astartes are truly a colossal achievement of medical and military technology, the life of an Astartes is long, harsh, and extremely violent, and should not be taken lightly. All who seek to become one of the Emperor's angels should think long and hard if this truly is the life he seeks. Thank you all so much for watching another in my Warhammer 40K Explained series. If you didn't know, I actually have a full playlist where I used to do these things, and if you want to check out other videos or leave some suggestions, then please do leave that down below or check out the playlist. Thank you all so much for watching, and a special thanks to patron of the channel, Miguel. Again, thank you so much. Take care.